Hi Artlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining us for the first time, I'm Julie E. This is Art by Julie E. And today is today. Oh boy. A lot is going on in my life right now. And so when that happens, my brain gets cluttered and I have so many ideas, but I can't get them all out. And sometimes it's nice just to sit and experiment. And I know that there are a lot of you out there that don't like to just experiment because the papers that are involved and the supplies that are involved can be costly to many of you. And I want to let you know that feel free. Please feel free to experiment, because even if you mess up, like some of these, I was going through my box of old ones, and so yeah, even if you mess up and you're not sure if you could even begin again on it, you know, don't be afraid to just sit and keep playing with it and come up with some cool designs. We're gonna go through some of these and just jazz them up. I'm going to show you how to jazz them up. We'll pick these two. I'll show you how to jazz them up and how to use them, even though they're not something that you would want to maybe place in a matte frame or anything else. It's still possible to use them for other things like jewelry, bookmarks, etc. Okay? So let me get this straightened out around here and we'll go ahead and we'll get started. Okay, so first we're going to start with, I like these little stampers. They're ink applicators. You get the little wooden thing and then little felt pads. But if you can't afford these, go to like Dollar Tree or Dollar General or something. Pick up a pack of regular household sponges and just cut it. There we go. Into little squares, just like this. Okay. There we go. And we've got little pouncers that are going to make cool texture lines and stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. These little condiment dishes. If you don't have these little condiment dishes, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Grab the back of an ice cream lid, right? So let's go ahead. The sponges out of the way. You can tell I came prepared for this, didn't I? Okay, so there we've got our little ice cream pad. Now let's pick a color. Pretty much anything with orange is gonna turn brown unless we get cooperating colors. So let's go with Fiesta. This is Ranger alcohol ink. And I'm gonna put on some gloves first. I'll be right back. Okay, got my gloves on, we're back. Because using the sponges are gonna get messy. They're gonna stain your fingers. And then you're gonna have to use alcohol to get it off. And the less amount of time you spend touching alcohol, the better for your own health and safety. So yeah, so we got our gloves on. Let's put some ink down on our ice cream lid. There we go, just like that. And we're gonna dip the scrubby side in. You could do the sponge side too, but why? And then just start dabbing around. Dab, 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 dab. We might have to add some alcohol to this. This is 99% isopropyl alcohol. And just remember, your sponge is going to hold alcohol too, so there we go. And most of your pink ink is going to push your orange ink out of the way. It's when you start doing this kind of going around movements and stuff that you're going to get a blending of the two. There's still slight blending, but not as much as if you were to rub and mix. So, and this is perfect to do on days like today when it is really humid. It is so humid right now, and so doing blowouts, fine lines, trying to get these really pretty fades and stuff tend to be very difficult on really humid days. I don't know why. I guess the alcohol evaporates slower or something. I'm not sure. But I know I just have the worst time trying to get anything to work out for me on humid days when storms are expected to move in, or it's just rained like early in the morning and now the sun is coming out and it's heating up to like 90 to 100 degrees out, and all that dampness is trying to evaporate, but it's in the air. It's just ugh. So we're just gonna go around and keep going till we get kind of a really cool pebbly effect. Okay? Okay, we're gonna zoom through this part because we've got a lot to get to. And while we're zooming through this, I'd like to remind you to do those YubiTubi thingies, those likes, shares, subscribes that are so important to all of us creators. And speaking of creators, I want to remind you that this is part of the Thursday train. All the links for everyone will be down in my description. It started off with Gert Creates, then Dave's Acrylic-Creations, then just Janice, and then finally myself. I'm making a mess everywhere. But it's fun. It's fun, it's fun, it's fun. Okay, got a little bit more on here. Oh, it's looking very fall, like fall festive, isn't it? Even with the warmer yellow, I'm picking up some greenish tones, so there's probably some blue undertones to one of the pinks that I used, and it's looking very cool. I'm digging that. That is neat. I like that. What do you think? So you remember what it looked like before, and now what it looks like now, and I think that's really pretty. Now you can use that for the background. You can cut it into proper strips, punch a little hole at the top, put a tassel on it. It's a bookmark, you know, just spray it with Kamar varnish, give it a few really good coats. You could even glue cabochons in areas, you know, like jewelry cabochons, the glass cabochons. And I think that's probably what we'll do. So I'll be right back. Okay, we've got our Kamar on here and it's completely dry. There's a couple coats. I don't know if you can see how shiny it is. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a cabochon. I already had this open once, watch. Now it's not gonna open again. Ugh. Some of these boxes, man. Okay, so let's see. Where was the single? There's the single. Okay, and a tray. And there we go. And then we're just gonna place it on here where it kind of looks pretty cool. Kind of like that. That's an interesting look. I don't know if you can see that yet. But yeah, I like that. That's a really cool look. All right. So, Open up our Judikins. Put a couple little drops on here. There we go. That should be plenty. Try and find the placement I wanted again. I'm gonna squish it around a little bit and make sure it's all connected. There we go. There. Yeah, it keeps laying on me. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna leave that there. And then I want matching earrings, so I'm gonna get out 2 little baby cabochons. And let's see. That's kind of a cute area. Yeah, maybe not. Let's see there. And there. There we go. That'll work. They're very similar. I'm gonna put a drop down right there. Ah. There we go. And that's changing my mind. What's new, right? Okay. Let's go right here. There we go. There we are. There we go. Come on. Stay on there. There we go. All right. Now we'll just let these dry. It'll take a few minutes, but we should be good. Okay. Okay. These are dry, so I'm just gonna trim the extra away and save that for other projects. And these are Lexan scissors. They're made for cutting through plastic and stuff. I like them because they cut really well around angles. Nice and easy. There we go. And then our Judikins again. Put a few drops in. There we go. Now, do I want it up or down? Kind of like it down. So just place that right in there. Give it a good squish. If any comes up the top, just wipe it away with a little damp paper towel. There we are. Now, little earrings. Same process. Drop. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Okay, there's that one. Okay, and then very good squeeze. There we go. There we go. How pretty are those? What once was trash is now treasure, and my jump ring came off. I'll get it back on there, but there you go. There you go. Trash to treasure. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will start experimenting on your papers, you know, your more expensive Yuppos and Nara papers and everything, and not worry about the cost of it, because you can make it up in other places just like this. These make great gifts and they sell like hotcakes at the markets. So there you go. Until next time, loves and hugs, y'all. Bye.